Round and round the spiral moves, and so do I. Planet press beneath the stars, roll my name across the dark. Every tear became a river, every wound became a spark.
All right. Hello to my water signs, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. How you guys doing? We're going to start with Pisces for this reading to see what's going on with you right now. My water signs. Let's take a look. I do have my cards cleansed. My space is ready. I pulled out a few of my cards, my oracle cards to start your reading, Pisces. And we'll get some tarot as well. My name is Leticia, and this channel is Blood Moon Oracle. Okay, and so let's get started. Like, share, comment. If this is your first time, welcome. I hope you find what you're looking for. And so let's go ahead and jump in for Pisces spirit. What is it that we need to know for Pisces? So Pisces, I have ego for you. Kite. It's difficult to see these cards, but and box. So ego, kite, and box came out for Pisces with my T oracle deck. So I do feel like for Pisces, the energy coming out is that you may have endured some difficult seasons here. Maybe you are in one or just coming out of one. I do see you being victorious over whatever struggles you may have faced recently here. It seems like whatever storm that was may be coming to an end. That's what I'm seeing. Also, for some of you, you may be considering a trip, a vacation of some kind. You may find yourself traveling. With kite here is all about some type of activity that's going to be relaxing outside of the normal range of activity that you usually do. We can consider it a vacation, maybe taking a vacation from work, from home, from the normal routine that you do, whatever that looks like for you. For you, Pisces, I also see something that might be coming in unexpected, some type of gift or reward that will be given to you or that you will receive. There's some gift coming in, and I feel like you're not expecting this either. And so that's what I'm getting for you. And that gift could be as a result of you passing some kind of test here, because I do see you overcoming some difficult time, a difficult season, a difficult challenge with ego here. And so, yeah, things may feel a little lighter all of a sudden. You may find yourself encouraged. Let me find out what comes out and what's the vibe. Yeah, I have hopeless. Maybe you've just been feeling really frustrated lately. And then we have thrills, but there's something coming in. Something's going to happen. Something is going to give you something to look forward to. It's going to lift this emotional drain state that you may have found yourself in. For some of you, you may have experienced some really low times here, but I feel like you may be coming out of this. And this might be something that you deal with ever so often. I'm seeing that as well. This might be something that ever so often happens, but I do see you coming out of it though. During this time, you may find yourself engaging in certain activities that, you are not necessarily wanting to do, but these low times may serve as some kind of trigger, right? And so you may find yourself going back to things that you wanted to walk away from at one point in time, or continuing cycles that you thought you would be able to bring an end to. I'm seeing that something that you are overcoming in this moment, right? If it has been that kind of energy that you've been in, I see brighter days coming for you right now, Pisces, okay? So let's take a look. I'm going to go ahead and pull out my tarot deck and see what's going on for Pisces right now. I have the Lovers coming out for you, Pisces, right now. Right now, you could be engaging or connected to someone. That connection could be mutually attracting or attractive. You may feel crazy about this person. This person may feel crazy about you. I just see a bit of love around you, maybe something that you have the opportunity to engage in. And it does feel like a good connection with the lovers here. If this is talking about your current situation in life, you could be entering into certain agreements and collaborations right now, and tapping into different resources that are available for you, combining those with someone else's resources, right? So I do see some type of contracts that could be maybe possible right now, or opportunities to make contracts or collaborations, being attracted to someone that you feel is a good choice for you, is what I'm feeling. That's the energy you're in right now with the lovers. The lovers is usually a Gemini card. This could be a Gemini. It doesn't have to be. There's something about this situation, though, that is, it feels like it has disappointed or is disappointing. Maybe it's not supported by those around you in your immediate environment. I just see lots of disappointment around this. This is a desire that you may have that may not really be realistic, because I see conflict around it, some type of argument or quarrel. You may be in a position right now where you're asking yourself, should you stay? Should you go? You know, this is a really deep contemplative energy. You may have to make some very serious decisions, is maybe what you're being asked to do right now around this connection. This could be the reason why you are just kind of not feeling your best, or haven't been feeling your best. If it has had something to do with a connection or a relationship, that does make sense. This also could talk about experiencing some kind of loss of trust, or a loss of an opportunity with a collaboration. There's something that may have fell to the wayside, or just didn't pan out the way that it was supposed to. I do see some disappointment here with Pisces, but that doesn't have to be the end all. One closed door is really aiming for every closed door. There is one opening. I'm hearing that for every closed door, there's another one that's opening up to you. And there's an opportunity to make a different choice, to go a different way, make a different decision, maybe even take a look at what you can do better. Maybe you have an opportunity to improve something. I do feel like you're sitting in the energy of making very deep decisions that will have profound effects on your life. So it's not decisions that you're just jumping into, but you're spending the time to find out what would be best. For some of you, you may be avoiding this altogether, not wanting to deal with it. I do see some of you covering your eyes and not wanting to see, or pretending not to see. That doesn't make that decision go away. It just prolongs it, and sometimes makes it even more difficult to make it. There's some, choice that you are having to deal with right now, or you may have the opportunity to choose. Whatever this choice is, it's calling you to really believe and trust in yourself through this process. There may be something that you have an opportunity to learn through this experience. Sometimes things that don't necessarily work out point us to something better sometimes, or it prepares us for the real opportunity. This was just practice. Now comes the real opportunity. And then you get to carry that experience from the failed practice into the real thing. That's also something that I'm getting as well. So there's something about believing in yourself and trusting yourself through this process. You may have some ideas that came in that you didn't get an opportunity to really present or share. Spirit wants you to believe in yourself here. Let's see what else. Yeah, coming out in your own reading with the King of Cups. I feel like this is reiterating the fact that you can trust yourself, right? The King of Cups does represent wisdom, time spent, cultivating the internal self, coming to a place where you can trust yourself and be stable and secure and unbothered, no matter what doesn't go right, no matter, how things are going on around you, no matter what goes or who stays, right? The King of Cups is very stable within himself. And so this might be what Spirit has been trying to give you. maybe the gift of self-awareness, the gift of self-empowerment. Maybe people see you stronger, more resilient, than you actually give yourself credit for, Pisces. And Spirit is letting you know, like, you've already really garnered this experience and this wisdom. Trust it. Trust it. And I know it's not easy, just because we know a thing doesn't necessarily make it easy to implement that information or that knowledge in our lives. But Spirit is saying, trust what you know. Trust who you are. The Hermit comes out as well. This might be a very good time to go in and, spend a little time away from everyone and re-engage your higher self. I'm saying that this may be a time where you need, or you have been, trying to pull back and get a little me time, or to be in a more independent space for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with going to get counsel. That's what I'm hearing too. There's nothing wrong with going to get counseling from those that may be able to offer information that you need. That's what I'm hearing. That may be kind of the call here too. I'm seeing that as being kind of like this overarching energy over your reading, Pisces. Don't be afraid to ask or to seek for the information or the assistance, the direction, the wisdom that you need. Okay. What else for Pisces right now? I do see that decision is still waiting for you in the near future. We have the Two of Pentacles. You may be busying yourself, trying to stay busy at work or just doing different things and avoiding the thing that you actually need to address. I'm seeing that, Pisces. And so in the near future, I see you doing lots of things, but make sure you make time for that thing that needs attention, whatever that is. And then be careful that you don't overwork yourself. I see you doing a lot here in the near future. Maybe even working with a partner. I do see that as well. Maybe doing, for some of you, this could be working a couple of different jobs, or a job and a project or a business. I see like a side hustle here for some of you, juggling things and looking for collaborations. I see you really busy here in the near future, but make sure you make time in all that busyness, Pisces, to handle that thing that is weighing heavy on your heart that needs to be dealt with, whatever that decision. Sometimes we put it off, not that we want to avoid the responsibility, but because it's heavy. And it's like, I'm just really not wanting to deal with this right now. But there's something about this that I feel like really needs to be dealt with. And maybe when you do, that will lift that heaviness that you've been feeling when you do this. Okay. So I do see that in the past, in the future. There was someone I do see maybe that you had some connection with that may still be of a benefit to you. It's the Queen of Swords. So there's something about this person that has information that you might need. They may have a bit of wisdom to share with you. There's something about having this person readily available. But this is someone that I'm seeing that you may have had a recent engagement with in the past. This is someone smart and independent, educated, maybe very resourceful too. So there may be a Queen of Swords that may be beneficial to you. You may have had some interaction with this person in the recent past. Whoever's coming up there, she may have some information for you. Okay. Let's see here. So I have some cards that were turned over. Generally, the energy was the Seven of Swords, the Judgment, and the Four of Cups. And it's like a lot of what I'm saying, if this is your reading, it's connecting. Exactly, like every time I hit a point, it's resonating for you. Yeah, and it's almost like a light bulb is going on in your head. There may even be something about redirecting your energy. Um, I get a sense that there could be something here that you are desiring or working towards that may or may not align for you, Pisces. This is taking more from you than it's giving. It could be a person, it could be a thing, an activity. There's just not the right balance there. It's not really aligned, whatever that is. Okay. And the more you move towards it, whatever that thing is, and I feel like the more scattered things feel, or the more it seems like things are not working. It's like the more you try to do it or move towards it, the more things fall apart. Whatever that is, you know what that is. I'm hearing there may have been someone specific. It could have been this Queen of Swords that told you or pointed something out to you recently that you were like, what? But there's something about the more you move towards this thing that's not really aligned, the more it falls apart. Like the more you try to prop it up or make it work, the more it falls apart. There's something about you being seen as trying to pull something off or bring something together, but it's not meant to be brought together. I can't help but have that feeling with the Tower to the Magician. It's almost like the more you try to fix it, the more it falls apart. And it's like the universe trying to tell you to take a different route or a different direction. I don't know what that is. You can let me know. For Pisces. Yeah. This may make you feel like, something has been taken or something is being taken, but it's almost like there is something that you may be fearing right now with the Eight of Swords. You may be feeling like you don't have no other choice but to pursue this. I'm not sure if that is actually correct. Otherwise, Spirit would not be directing you in a different direction. In this case, I would say to ask what other ways are available? What other opportunities are available? Ask, I'm hearing. For Pisces. Yeah, it's almost like there's a fear that everything that you have worked or poured in you will have to walk away from it. I'm hearing that. There's almost like a fear of having a regret or some kind of remorse or resentment because whatever this is either didn't turn out according to your expectations, or you feel like you still feel a bit unfulfilled with the Five of Cups. But there's something about Spirit saying not to throw bad money, not to throw good money with bad money. There's some kind of sign that you've been given. I can't get away from that. I feel like it's already let you know to take a different route, to go in a different direction. But for some reason, it's like, which I understand, because sometimes especially if we're investing in something, once we've made such an investment, it's like, well, I got to carry this through, But what if there's something better, right? What if there's something that will yield more than you've absolutely invested already? There's something like that happening here. And Spirit is trying to get you to see something else, right? There's something about your eyes being focused on spilled milk. Because you're focused on the spilled milk, you're not able to see the fresh opportunities that are before you. That's what I'm hearing. And again, for some of you, this is some type of collaboration. The Two of Cups come out. It's some type of collaboration. For others of you, this could be love. Okay. This could be connections. This could be relationships. This could be commitments, right? For others of you, this is collaborations, projects, business, some type of financial partnership, possibly if it has to do with money. Yeah, I do feel like it's going to align. There is someone else that is a part of this, though. It's not just you doing this alone. There's someone else here working alongside you to make this happen. I do want to go back and see why you are being seen in the energy of the Tower and the Magician, two major arcanas, which says that this could be Spirit reaching its hand down to intervene. I don't know what this is. Let's see. Why is the Tower here? For how Pisces is being seen. It's almost like, so I have the Ace of Cups and the Emperor. The Tower. The Nine of Swords came out on accident, but I'm taking that. And that's the energy of overthinking it. Being too much in your head and not enough trusting your heart. Whether this is relationship or collaboration, too much in your head and not enough trusting your heart. There has to be like a balance there. And also the Emperor comes out too. This might be something that you are absolutely trying to control. And sometimes there are things that we can't. We have to be led, especially when everything we've tried doesn't work. It's like, okay, show me then. What should it be? Or where is this going? Show me, I'll follow. Either be led or completely release control. Obviously, Spirit is doing something completely different here. The Emperor comes out and it almost gives like a very controlling energy, which the Emperor is very powerful energy, a very dominant energy. But in this case, being that it clarified the Tower, that might be what's causing the Tower, trying to control. I don't know what this is, whether it's love, whether it's dealing with collaborations, business, work, money. Why is the Magician here? I feel like that's where Spirit is trying to lead you to use what you have. And it's pointing to the Eight of Cups, the Fool, and the King of Pentacles. The Eight of Cups is that energy of moving away from something, moving in a whole different direction, or leaving something behind that is no longer applicable or no longer is big enough to house what it is that you are creating or wanting to create. It's almost like an outdated system or idea that's right. Spirit may be wanting you to move into something fresh with the Fool, something different, something adventurous, something new that requires faith. And that may lead to the King of Pentacles. This is what the end goal is, obviously, as it pertains to money, resources, position, status, right? It may lead to the King of Pentacles if you're open to release it and try something else. I don't know what this is. Let me know. Okay. On the bottom, what do we have? The new idea. This may be something that was presented to you, this idea, and you rejected it. You're like, I'm not doing that. That would cause me to have to scrap everything I've worked for. But what if you will get more than what you put into it in return if you try this new thing? What if, right? And so whatever that is for you, I feel like you've been in kind of like this difficult place, maybe a little slump, a little bit. You're coming out of that right now. There is some type of gift or reward that's coming your way. And you may need to just take a little vacay, a little time away. Give yourself some time to do something relaxing, something outside of the normal routine. Maybe that will also serve to give you a moment to refresh your mind and open up to new ideas, because there's a new idea that's banging your door down. But for some reason, you're not trying to hear it, Pisces. But what if that is your door that leads you to where it is that you're trying to go? What if? From what I see here, you really, you may not have anything to lose. Spirit wants you to try it, something new. The last messages for you, Pisces, is gems fall out of my mouth. Exactly. Always. Okay. There may be something that you are speaking that you need to be very intentional about what it is that you are releasing. Our words are tools of creation, right? There might be something about speaking positively over your situation or speaking power to life. Okay. Because there's something about you having the power to speak. Gems fall out of my mouth exactly always, right? But those gems, use those intentionally. Speak, right? Speak life to your situation. I'm an example of what is possible. Everything is possible. Mm-hmm. And I get the feeling like Spirit wants to use you as an example. Spirit wants to use you, Pisces, as an outlier. I don't feel like you are the normal, everyday story, right? There's something different about what you bring, your story, your experience, your path, right? There's something about Spirit wanting to use you as an example of what's possible. In order to do that, we have to take off of the restrictions that we have placed on ourselves. Okay? We have to take off the restrictions, and we have the power to do that. This is what this card represents, self-restrictions. Nobody else has us tied up with this card. This is us having ourselves tied up and having ourselves blindfolded. As you can see, she's holding the string to release herself. She can release herself anytime she wants. It's all in the mind and how we see and what we're willing to be open to, right? But again, it's up to us. It's up to us. I feel like there's someone that is speaking to you. This Queen of Swords comes in, speaking truth or bringing some thing to the forefront, to a place where you will notice it. Maybe listen, whoever that is. Okay. The Queen of Swords represents Aquarius, Gemini, Libra energy. So someone's speaking truth. Spirit is like, maybe listen, maybe they have a point. Maybe they're pointing out something that because you are in this energy, you can't see. But there may be something about what they're saying which will liberate you if you're open to it. Okay. That's what I'm hearing, Pisces, for you. And get ready for your gift. It's coming in. Whatever it is, it might be this new idea, this new awakening, this release of the old way to welcome in a new that's going to be fulfilling or take you to where it is that you want to go. Okay. But I see that for you today, Pisces. Thank you so much for stopping by to Blood Moon Oracle, the channel. And my name is Leticia. It's a pleasure to read for you. Let me know if it resonates by liking, sharing. You can comment as well. If you're new, welcome. Welcome to the channel. And I hope you receive what you've come here for. Not an easy read by any means, but I see it getting better. I feel like the worst is over. And if you want to, you have the opportunity to kind of soar, over what you just went through. I feel like all in all, there was something that is being learned here. Okay. There's something that's being learned here. And so that's for you, Pisces. We'll see you next time. Thank you for stopping by. Okay. Hi, Cancer. Welcome to welcome to Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. And my name is Leticia. I don't know why, but I feel like there could be those who haven't watched my channel in a while that's watching it now. Don't know why I'm getting that feeling, but welcome. If you are new, welcome. I hope you receive what you've come for. If you feel led, feel free to subscribe, hit the bell so you'll be notified. And if it resonates, please like, share, comment if you would. And so let's see what's going on with Cancer. So quite a few cards came out for you when I pulled your Oracle T cards. The first one is Pin. Okay. And then we have December, Tree, Cobweb, and Young Man. Younger man. Huh. So you could be dealing with a Sagittarius or Capricorn. Could be very significant right now with what's happening in your life. I also see you stepping into some new project or new job for some of you, Cancer, or a new career. Maybe you're having a career change. There's something different that's changing with what it is that you do. I also see connections, a lot of connections right now, or specific connections, significant connections with family right now, with tree here. There's something about maybe your roots that's coming up right now that you're dealing with. Maybe there is some new addition that you didn't know about that's arising or that's being revealed, but there's some dealings with family, Cancer, that's very important right now. And then I also see you being very protected right now. There's like some film, and I'm seeing somebody that is surrounded by a bubble, and that bubble is like the protection against evil or negative forces that you may not even know about. So you're being protected by something. I hope it's not family, but there's something to do with family. Maybe a younger man, a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, and you may be experiencing like something new when it pertains to your work, your job. There's some new career or new job that you're dealing with right now. And there may be something happening there that, is high level. It's heavy right now. Yeah, I get daydreaming and thrills. I do get a lot of energy right now around you. And it's not necessarily good energy, right? But I do see a lot of protection too. A lot of protection around you right now. Right now is a time to really be careful. I feel like this is a time where you can easily be triggered. And so understand your triggers so that you're not led back into spaces that you have worked really hard to get out of. I'm hearing that. Whatever this energy is, whoever these individuals are, maybe family, right? But there may be a lot of intense energy happening right now. I feel like you right now are wishing you were in a different place. Like, sometimes you close your eyes and it's like, Calgon, take me away right now, right? So you may be doing just a lot of thinking, a lot of having your head up in the clouds, a lot of daydreaming, wishing you were somewhere else, or, wishing things were different. And so, yeah, just really be careful right now. I don't know if you could be, connected with someone who's younger than you. For some of you, a Cancer who's dealing with someone who's younger than them. That person could be a Capricorn or a Sagittarius, something to do with December. So let's see. I just see a lot going on around you that requires for you to be very protective. Know that you're protected, but also you be aware of your own triggers so that you don't be your worst enemy, during this time. And so, sometimes you're like, I know I probably shouldn't go over here because it's going to be a lot of drama, a lot of stuff, but I'm going to go. And then you end up getting triggered and saying or doing something that you shouldn't have said or did. And it's like, I already knew I shouldn't have went. So if you know your triggers, if you know what will cause you to slip up, don't even play with it. What's here for Cancer? All right. Knight of Swords. I feel like you see things very clear right now. And you could be in between connections. You could be somebody that's in between relationships or in between some type of career, right? I'm saying that again, a shift in your career. And so there's like this energy of being in transition right now. That could be with relationships. It could be with your, what you do for money. And you're starting something new. I do see that coming out here with the Page of Pentacles. Which talks about lots of spaces where you gather, and maybe even hands-on learning how to do new things. This is not really a lot of emotionalism. This is getting to work, doing energy, studying. This could be, something to do with money. You could be someone that works in healthcare, but it's starting something new. And it's something that you love. This may lead to something that you really are going to enjoy, something that's going to really give you not only opportunities, but you're going to enjoy it. I feel like it's going to open up. You know, sometimes you never in a million years until you try something did you realize you would absolutely love it this much. It feels like that kind of energy. Accidentally tapping into something and like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I did this. I would have never known, because never in a million years would I have chosen that myself. But since I'm here, wow, you're going to love it. This is an opportunity to head down another path or another avenue, something that you will be passionate and that will give you purpose. So if you're somebody that feels kind of like you're waning right now, you don't really have a sense of purpose, this may lead you to that, whatever this opportunity that you have just stepped into is. I do feel like it's going to give you leeway as far as creativity. You may be able to put your spin on it, or you may have a level of creativity with this as well. And it's just it just feels like it's going to be fulfilling for you, like a lock and a key. Okay. Like peanut butter and jelly. Like, what else would be a match? Salt and pepper, right? It's going to be a match like that. Let's see what else for Cancer. The 9 of Wands. So there are some challenges that come in here, and this could be around love. It could be around family. It could be around your connections. But I feel like you have had some rough patches. This also says that that's over. And on the flip side of that, there's a lot of good that's happening with your money, a lot of stability that you are heading towards, and opportunities to do some things that you've been wanting to do. Okay. For Cancer. Yeah. The Justice comes out. And I feel like this is all about doing things right, taking a very integral approach. There's something about you needing to do that right now and not take this for granted. Like, take a very integrous approach towards this. You know, whatever this is, Spirit is saying you don't want to play with it. Okay. This may be something that requires a very delicate balance. And to make sure that you're doing things right. I'm hearing that as well. Because whatever is coming out of this, whatever is going to be received from this is going to be what you put into it. And so take it really seriously. Okay. That's what Spirit is saying. Not only that, I feel like for whoever you are, you're being placed in a position of trust, of high level of trust here for Cancer. And I don't know why I see you worried in the future. 9 of Swords. All in your head. What are you worried about, Cancer? What are you worried about? There's something about you overthinking this or being worried over nothing, right? Spirit just lets you know everything that you put in, you will absolutely get out. So there is nothing to worry about. However, I see you in this energy in the future, worrying about something. Maybe this is Spirit letting you know that you don't have to. Just do your very best, right? Give 110%, and you will get that back. For Cancer. And whatever's out of your control is out of your control. If it's out of your control, it deserves to be out of your mind too. There's nothing you can do about that. Yeah, this is something that you had coming for a while. The Empress places you in a receiving energy, a place where you can actually, trust that this is going to work out for your good. And I'm hearing a lot is going to come from this. This is something that this position that you were placed in, this is looking back in the past. You've been ready for this. For some of you, this has something to do with a maternal energy that brings a lot of good fortune, success, options. There's something. What does this Empress have to do with Cancer? Let's get some clarity. Oh, and we have the King of Swords and the King of Cups. In the past, the Empress. The Empress in the past. There may be, I don't know who you are or what you got going on. I'm telling you, I don't even know who you are. I promise I don't. You may have someone coming back around from the past, someone you thought that was long gone, that you thought had forgotten about you and moved on. Well, honey, they have not. King of Cups, King of Swords. Okay. These are people possibly resurfacing from your past. Now, it doesn't mean it has to be love. It could absolutely be family. That did come out in your tea spread. Something about family, a family tree. Yeah, there's something about these energies surfacing from the past. Why is the King of Swords and the King of Cups showing up, clarifying the Empress in the past? We have Four of Cups, Four of Swords, and the Emperor. This definitely feels like something you retired from, energies that you pulled back from, maybe even set your eyes on something higher. Interesting. I am getting a lot of father figure energy. I don't know how that plays out. Maybe that makes sense to you. The Empress being clarified in the past by the King of Swords and the King of Cups. And the Emperor. The King of Swords, the King of Cups, and the Emperor. The Emperor would be the counterpart to the Empress. I still feel like there's somebody that's arising from the past. For some of you, this is absolutely love and relationship because the counterpart is the Emperor. King of Cups, King, it could be a water sign or an air sign, somebody that you pulled back from or that pulled back from you is coming back around. Somehow that's tied into your reading, Cancer, whoever you are. Let's see what else comes out. And whoever they are tiptoeing around you. Like this could be a couple of people that are watching you from a distance, watching you from far off, being really careful, wanting to approach, but hasn't gotten up the nerve to approach you. There's something about them that may realize that you were absolutely their person that they wanted to be with. They just didn't know it then. But now they see it. And it may be too late, but they are not sure if it's too late. So they're kind of tiptoeing around, right? They see you as something that they need to tiptoe around. There's something about you that they need to be careful of because they're not sure what they're going to get if they approach you. You could call them everything but the Son of God, the filth of the earth, right? Think of the worst name that you could think of. You could respond that way. On the other hand, you could respond in kindness. Like you miss them too. They don't know. Something happened possibly where things kind of ended abruptly. Maybe there wasn't any closure, but they feel a need to walk on eggshells with you. Okay. They know who to play with. We have the King of Swords, the King of Pentacles popping up. There's something very abundant that the energy that you are in right now is very abundant. King of Pentacles is very grounded, very stable, a great manager of their resources, greatly connected with everything, with earth, with nature, just all around a good person, good steward of what they've been given. You're in this energy right now where everything just feels abundant for you. Or it will shortly. And you will be, the keeper of that. I do see that you are very much for this new beginning that you're stepping into with the full following the wheel of fortune. Not necessarily that you ever saw yourself here where you're going. It almost feels like something that could have been orchestrated by the universe, by spirit. However, you're up for it. Okay. The Fool says yes. Let's do it. It sounds exciting. I'm up for the, opportunity, the risk, the challenge. You may have been looking for something to kind of spark your life. You may feel like life has gotten to a point where it's kind of like mundane. This might be right up your alley. You're hoping. So I've had all of the kings come out in your reading, Cancer, and the emperor. Okay. This is the outcome. Very satisfying. Very satisfying energy. Very settled and content in itself, right? Very level-headed. And what you don't see is this new beginning coming in for you. Yeah. This is an announcement of some kind that's coming towards you right now that's going to be very important. That's going to help you to overcome any challenge that you might face along the way here. This could also represent a bit of healing with that King of Cups. There's anything that needs healing, that needs to be dealt with, there's an opportunity to do that. Lots of inspiration, possibility, this is just like fresh energy that you're feeling right now. Maybe a level of freedom that you haven't felt in a while too. If you're not in this energy now, you will shortly be in this energy because you don't see this coming. Maybe you haven't even given yourself an opportunity to realize that you have been liberated to a whole new level, but it is so. I do have a couple of more messages for you, Cancer. Just consider my invitation to coffee, to work together. Positivity impacts someone's life. So someone may be giving you some type of invitation to a sit down. It could be someone coming back around from the past, one of those kings, the King of Swords or the King of Swords or the King of Cups. It looks like the King of Cups comes out in your outcome for, yeah. And so it could be one of those. You may get an invitation to go sit down and have coffee. Someone's going to offer you something. It could be a job, right, that you don't see coming. It could be to continue to be friends, to enter back into a relationship. I don't know what this is. Someone is going to invite you somewhere. I am divinely guided and supported at all times. The Wheel of Fortune did come out in your reading, Cancer. I do feel like you have a level of protection here. Even though the energy started out a little bit chaotic around you, I, for one, believe that our energy that we entertain has less to do with what's around us and more to do with what we're entertaining within ourselves. We could be in a mess pool and have such peace, right? It's all about what you invite in, okay? That's what it means to be in the world, but not of it, right? And so there's some level of inner peace that you will need to maintain, okay? Like I was saying in the beginning, I'm seeing you like in this bubble, like a clear bubble. That bubble represents this level of protection that you have around you that's guarding you right now, possibly from what's happening around you. I don't know if you see it, you may. The Knight of Swords did come out, so things feel very clear right now. But you are being guided and supported right here, right now. So don't worry, okay? When I speak my truth, the world listens and gets a bit better. So there may be something that you need to say that you've had on your heart, that you've wanted to say, that you've held your tongue about. Maybe it's time to say it, okay? Yeah, maybe it's time to say it. The Justice came out. The Empress came out. These are very high level, important cards. Whatever you have to say maybe has some resonance to it. Maybe it's going to change things as they are. And so I hear Spirit saying to speak. Okay. You also got the Ace of Swords, which is also talking about truth, speaking truth. You may find yourself speaking some truth that's going to cause a major shift in your situation here. That's what I'm seeing for you, Cancer. Okay. Don't bite your tongue. Speak. Okay. I see good things coming towards you, lots of protection all around you. Even what you don't see, right, is good. Now, the only thing that I can say is just to be aware of your own weaknesses, your own vices, your own tendencies. And when you are tempted to reach for one of those, just understand that sometimes that's a result of some trigger right, in your environment that maybe you can even avoid. Okay. And so it's all about being aware of what's going on within you and around you. Okay. Let me see. I forgot to clarify let me see. I forgot which one. Oh, it was the Seven of Cups. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Why are you being seen in the Seven of Cups? Interesting. Why are you being seen in the Seven of Cups? Okay. I feel like Spirit is saying this, someone is getting the message. We have the Lovers and the Three of Cups. So whether this is a relationship or whether this is like, just a social friends, family, a grouping, it's like, be careful. That's how you're being seen, is to be careful. You know how sometimes you're driving down the road and you see those big signs, those big yellow signs, the caution sign. That's how people are seeing you. And I feel like there's something about you being in at a different place. It almost feels like just being at a different place. Like, sometimes you get in the mindset where you're just focused and like you're serious. And it's like little things matter anymore, right? Little things don't matter as much anymore when you are in this energy of being focused and having your mind set on accomplishing something. I feel that energy for you, Cancer. And so people may see you in this energy of needing to be cautious on how they approach you, if they approach you, right? Because they're not sure what they're going to get. I feel like a lot of people want something from you. These people could be lovers. They could also be, very close-knit friends. Both. People hold you in high esteem. And so, but they're seeing you as someone to approach carefully. Okay, that's what I'm getting. Like, share, comment, Cancer. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm so excited for you, whoever you are. This is all good from here. Okay. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you feel it. We'll see you next time, Cancer. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel, and my name is Leticia. All right. All right. Scorpio, you are the last of the water signs. And as I was dealing your cards and getting it ready, I felt a little bit of frustration, agitation. And, sometimes you're in a mood and you're trying to do something and nothing's happening the way that it should be. And you're just like, you just have a moment to just get it out. And then you're like, okay, let's start over. I kind of feel that with you right now, Scorpio. I'm not sure what's happening with you, but I feel a lot of frustration, irritation in the energy. And so let's see. Hi, Scorpio. Leticia is my name. Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. Welcome. If you are new, welcome. If this is something up your sleeve, like your type of content, feel free to like, share, comment, especially if it resonates. Let me know. Subscribe if you feel led. If you find yourself subscribing, you are more than welcome to hit the bell so you'll be notified when new content is posted. I did pull out your cards. I have Cup for you, Scorpio. July. Bow. And Shark. Okay. So Cup, July, Bow, and Shark. There may be something coming up in July that's very significant for my Scorpios. There's something here about maybe receiving some advice, some structural advice, structural criticism that, may in fact be good. It may be beneficial in some kind of way. Maybe you're sitting down and having coffee or tea with someone that's giving you, some advice, and at first it rubs you the wrong way and you're like, I'm not doing that, or that's crazy, or you don't even understand, but there's something that makes sense about it. As the more you think about it, the more you sit back and just kind of chew on it a little bit, you'll see that there's something about it that may in fact make sense. I'm hearing that someone is thinking heavily about you, whether that's good or bad. I'm not sure, but you are definitely on someone's mind heavily. And this is a time between now, I'm going to say between now and July, where you may want to be very cautious because this is a time where you may have a high level of instances where loss can take place with Shark here. Shark is all about guarding yourself from loss, material wealth, money, things. And so there's something over the next couple of months that may require that you move cautiously, is what I'm getting. And I don't know if it has anything to do with weather. I do see like a wave coming here. This might just be a time that things may just feel very tumultuous, right? This may just be a time for that. And it may just be a season that will come and go. And Spirit is just letting you know to prepare for this and be careful during this next couple of months because of what may be at stake. For your vibe cards, I have chaos, okay, and suffering and silence. Oh my. And so I don't know if some of you have just taken a backseat or just pulled back and not really communicating a lot. But it could be like I was just getting that energy between now and July. Things may get kind of chaotic, or there may be some type of upheaval that happens that may threaten to disturb your peace. Some type of disaster. I was getting that too. With looking at this card on July, the wave seems to be, capsizing. And so there might be some type of natural disaster that may affect you. I don't know. Or that may arise during this next couple of months. Spirit is asking you to be careful, maybe be aware, maybe prepare for this. There's something that may pull up foundations, and this could be physically, right? One of the other warnings was to take care so that there is no physical loss. And so there's just something here that may be, something to be aware of over the next couple of months and take care. But I do feel like there might be, just times where you just pull back, not as social as normal. Maybe whatever that is happening for you, you're not being very open or vocal about it. You're just kind of pulled back, dealing with it in your own way. I'm seeing that for you. I hope everything is well, Scorpio. I am sending good energy your way, okay? Let me see. There could be healing taking place in the background as well. What's going on with Scorpio? Ooh, Scorpio, I'm so sorry. We have the Ten of Swords. Whatever it is, I feel like it may have reached the height of what it's going to be. When we look at the Ten of Swords, this could talk about just difficulties. Getting to a place sometimes where you're like, it cannot get any worse than this. Like there's nowhere to go but up. This might be what you're dealing with right now, the energy that you're dealing with. The Ten of Swords is also dealing with people that are untrustworthy, people that have, maybe done some really insensitive things, right? The Ten of Swords is recovering from that type of situation. I'm also seeing maybe some cut off communication because of this, or strained communication because of this, or something that has happened, as it pertains to what others may have done that places you in this very difficult energy where you're just like, I'm done. I don't want to hear from nobody. I don't want to talk to nobody. I just leave me alone, right? That's kind of like the energy that I'm feeling. And maybe even just having a difficulty all the way around, I'm so sorry. So this is for Scorpio. What else do we need to know for Scorpio? The one thing about it, one of the things that I always like to say is this is just one moment in time, and it, like everything else, will pass. This too shall pass. It's just one moment in time. And I'm so glad, that seasons don't last forever. It's just a passing instance. That's what this feels like. It's just passing. And are there things that we could learn in this? I don't know. That is really for you to decipher. But this too shall pass. I feel like Spirit would want you to know that. It's just one moment in time. Tomorrow is coming, okay? For Scorpio, I have the King of Swords here. And I do feel like right now everything could be really clear. If there were any things that were hidden that you didn't see clearly in the past, you see it now. Everything is out in the open, and there's nothing left to hide. I'm hearing Betty. What was her name? Betty, right? Everything's out in the open. I don't know what that is, but you may be somebody that likes Betty Wright. But this is what I'm getting. Like not really being in a mushy energy. It's like almost like Queen of Swords energy. Like the cutoff is real, and you may be sterilizing your environment, literally and figuratively, of energy that should not be. Right. This is what I'm getting here with this King of Swords. You may have just stepped into your big boy energy, your big girl energy. It's like it's time to, clean house, right? Taking charge and just, right, stepping into that cutthroat energy. I'm feeling being really direct as well. For Scorpio, what is happening here? For Scorpio. However, I do see some good here. The opportunity is to move forward. Even if there were things that you're learning now, it's like, I know that. I've learned that. Now, let's focus on what's next. Like, that's done. It's over with. It happened. Yada, yada, yada. Let's move forward, right? How can I use this to move forward? And how can I use this to grow and expand? How can I use this for my next level, right? I feel that energy for you. And if it's not, maybe it's an opportunity to go ahead and start planning for next level. What is the next thing that you can do to move forward, to expand, to pull yourself up, to climb up another ladder? What type of commitments are going to align for you, right? I do see a bit of celebration here too. That might be, the fact that, hey, listen, I feel like there might be a little something waiting for you, when you get back up and keep moving forward. It's like, I'm so glad that I didn't give up and just sit there and wallow in it. I'm glad I moved forward because there's something very beautiful waiting right on the other side of this, whatever this is. Because whatever it is that you are going through has no effect on the fruits that you will bear, right? Because of the work that you've done. It has no bearing on that. That's still coming forward, okay? That's still going to happen. And I do see help too. You may have assistance in ways that you may not have anticipated. This could be an opportunity to, if you choose, ask. I feel like many people would be more than happy to step forward and help. Okay. Uh-oh. We dropped a card. Whew. Every time I do that, I almost fall out of my chair. I'm pretty high up off the ground. I feel like this is you in this position of defense, but you absolutely understand what is at risk, and you are guarding it as you should. There may in fact be people coming for your position. I get that energy with the Seven of Wands. It's almost like you're standing guard, guarding against loss, guarding against attack. You are very aware of what's happening, and you're not taking it laying down. I can see that. And I feel like Spirit is saying you're right to guard it. Absolutely. And you are being encouraged to continue to guard it. Okay. There might be opportunities for, peace, for healing to come into the situation, maybe. There could be, some form of offerings here being offered to you. For some, it might come forward as a peace offering. Maybe. This could also show up as you delving into something that you're passionate about. It's an opportunity for you to do that as well. But I feel like you are handling it like a boss, Scorpio. I said liberty. The justice comes out for you. This is the near future. You're going to be standing on your principles and your morals, and I think sometimes that is why we have to be tested this way, to show our intention, to show what we're made of, to show how we're set apart from the opposition, right? While they're doing everything to try to tear you down, not following any type of law or any type of moral code. And then you respond with the justice, you respond with a high level of integrity, like it separates you from the rest. And so sometimes spirit will allow those things to happen just so you can be seen in your true light, right? So that you can be seen through your heart. In the near future, I feel like you will respond in light, in fairness for all, in spite of what's happening. You're going to seek balance. You're going to seek justice. You're going to do the thing that's going to be good for everybody. Even though you could do something else, right? It's like, I'm not going to do that because there's other people involved. And so I'm going to do this because this is going to be good for all. That is why the Three of Wands comes out in the opportunity. It's like, this is not going to affect your reward, right? This is more like a purifying, right? When you put gold, and I always use this metaphor, gold, how gold being placed in a fire, it just purifies it all the more. Nothing is lost. If anything, it becomes more valuable because it becomes more pure from the heat. That's kind of like what's happening here. That's what I'm seeing. And in the near future, I feel like this is the energy that you show up in. And this could also be you stepping back so spirit can handle it. It's like, I don't have to respond because, it's going to, nature's going to take its course, right? And the universe operates under this law that we call karma. And so you really don't have to respond in like, a tooth for a tooth, an eye for an eye, because it's naturally going to balance out anyway. And so I do see in the near future, you'll have an opportunity to respond in this way. And with the justice coming out, you'll be paid back for if you've lost anything in this situation. Things will, in fact, balance out. Okay, I see that. This could be because of your energy. The fact that you stand in Empress energy, that may be what is triggering people. And I see you in this energy, and this very nurturing, loving, very maternal like energy. It feels like this is the energy that you have been in. And for some of you, this could be someone that you have dealt with. Okay. Somebody that you've dealt with from the past. That's very significant here. There is a level of mutual trust and respect. And this person, brought good energy, brought good fortune, and brought this sense of value to your life. And for those of you where this is you, this is what you represented to others. You brought good value into their life. So either way, this energy from the past is good energy. Okay. And if this points to you, Scorpio, this just further clarifies the fact that you are in the right, that you are, in fact, right where you should be. Even if it is the Ten of Swords, it's nothing that you've done to place yourself here. You are, in fact, in the right. And you can't control other people's actions. You can only control yours, but the truth always comes out, don't it? And justice is always served. And yeah, we see that here. So this is the energy you were in the past. Very loving. What else here? They better leave my Scorpios alone. I know that much. And also, you show up in the Page of Swords as a seer. This is how you are being seen, as a seer. That may be part of the problem. But okay. It is what it is. Okay. Whether people like it or not. People may be having a hard time dealing with the fact that they can't get anything over on you. That may be the issue. And unfortunately, not everybody are able to deal with that. There's something about you that may pull out or it may bring out or reveal, because it's always there. Sometimes we strip the masks off of people by mirroring back to them. And it's nothing that we're doing. We're just being our authentic selves, but there's something about that has revealed like the immaturity in those when it concerns you. And this may have something to do with some talk, and of course I hate to use the word gossip, right? But there's something about you being watched or gossiped about. Some immature style of communication is what I'm getting with the Page of Swords. Nevertheless, you show up protected. Yeah. And I personally have the experience here. The more they talk, the more spirit just shows out around me. They could talk about you like a dog and you still show up shining. You're showing up here as the Empress and Justice. The more they talk, the more you are just purified. They don't know that they're buffering you to shine more and more. They don't know. And they're wondering why. They thinking that by talking about you, they're pulling you down to their level. But you seem to be getting higher and higher and more brilliant. They don't know why. They don't understand. They don't understand it. But you seem to be just getting brighter and brighter. Just let them keep revealing themselves. What else for Scorpio? The Star. Also, another thing what I've noticed, Scorpio, is right before the wish comes through is the test. So this might be the announcement that you are about to step into a wish fulfillment, something that you've asked for, something that you've been praying for or manifesting. You're being led. Maybe you're being tested before stepping into that. That happens as well, because right now you're being seen as the star. Okay. You are shining very bright. There's something about you that is illuminating. And this is concerning your future, right? But it's being clarified and it is being revealed right now. These people, or whatever the situation is that's trying to trigger you and pull you down from your position, out of position, is trying to, maybe even cause you to abort what it is you're about to give birth to. Because I see things getting so much better in the future. I see lots of recognition. Whatever this is, if it's not seen, it will be. Everyone will know what took place here. And you will receive, what's due to you. This isn't stopping anything. It's further preparing you for it. Okay. What else for Scorpio? Whew. Queen of Swords. There we go. There we go. I feel like there's a part of you that's like, oh, don't let me show out, please. Let me just hold it a little while longer. I feel it busting out at the seams. A little while longer. You can do it. You can do it, Scorpio. You can do it, right? I feel like it's like, please don't let me show my tail. Please, this Queen of Swords. I feel like for whoever you are, all it takes, it feels like the words is just bubbling off the tip of your tongue. People don't understand. And that's a lot of times where I'll be quiet, because it doesn't take a lot for me to shut people down. When I speak, I have the ability to wreck worlds with my words. That's why I have to be quiet and meditate real quick, because once you speak, you have just created, right? You have just released an energy that will fulfill what you sent it to do. And I feel like this is what you are kind of holding back and fearful of, that you will say something that you can't take back. So breathe, Scorpio. I feel you. Breathe. Just hold on a little while longer. Okay. It's about to subside. Okay. It's just one moment. It's just one moment. And the truth will be revealed. You won't even have to reveal it. It's going to be revealed. That's already been demonstrated with the Justice, the Page of Swords, and the Star. Yeah. Hmm. And you end up in a very beautiful space, unbothered, unf-withable. Not only that, she sleep and it's like, I don't know if you're somebody that, runs some type of business that has the potential to make money while you sleep. I'm hearing that. Like there's something that's just going to be, um, you know, set off and it's going to be amplified. Like it may have been working a little bit, but it's about to be off the chains here when we're done. I feel like for whoever you are, your businesses are going to start to expand and explode. And with this Three of Wands, this is an opportunity. Maybe this is spirit testing to see if you can handle it. I don't know. But when it's all said and done, you're going to be able to sleep on it and not worry about it. And it's going to be handled with little effort, with little effort. And on the other side of that little effort is going to be a major uh, benefits that turn up, right? And so I just see the outcome being really good. You won't have to work as hard. You'll be able to tend to yourself more while still pulling in, what it is that you desire. This is a much needed time, a much needed reward that's coming towards you when it's all said and done. Then I see the two doves flying, lots of peace around you. Yeah, you're going to garner lots of good things for yourself through what's happening right now. What you don't see is the Knight of Pentacles, which is lots of stability, lots of harmony when it comes to your connections and a promotion. There it is. There it is. So for those of you that do own a business, promotion is coming. That reiterates that Three of Wands. There was some cycle you needed to go through here, I feel like, to get out of the way, to clear before entering in this next level up. Yeah. I do feel like this has something to do, with career, finances, business, something like that. I do want to clarify the Page of Wands, the Page of Swords, excuse me, why you were being seen in the Page of Swords. Let me see. Is that right? Yeah. Why you're being seen in the Page of Swords. So why is Scorpio being seen in the Page of Swords energy? Page of Swords for Scorpio. All right. It definitely has something to do with those around you. It sets you apart, right? For whatever this is, I felt like there was a lot of energy around you being a seer and maybe even a hearer. Like there is something about you knowing. This Page of Swords for you represents you knowing. And what came out was the Four of Wands, the Six of Cups, and the King of Wands. So first of all, you are set apart. You're being seen in this way. It's almost like those looking at you recognize the fact that you are set apart. Maybe even, in your own space, in your own lane, not able to be, compared or they're not able to compete. The King of Wands is a very high operating energy. This is the go-to. You may be the go-to, and that may be part of the frustration that they can't get to where they're going without passing through you. There's something that there's something that you do, right? That requires for them to come to you to get it. And the Six of Cups, right? There's something about lots of music here in the background. I don't know if there's music involved here. There's something about you representing good. Is there anything that really can be said to place you in a negative light? Because when they look at you, they only see good memories. So that means you have to lie and make up stuff and try to find fault, right? Because this is what they're seeing when they look at you. Someone who is willing and able to work with others, to collaborate, to come together for a common effort with this Four of Wands, right? Lots of celebration around you. And that's why the contention is here. It almost feels like it could be from a place of envy, and what people who envy don't understand is you see all of the highlight of the moments. You don't see the work that's done behind the scenes. Oh, you want my position for real? You can handle this? You can process the attacks and the backbiting and the gossip and the slander, right? And the work that goes on in the dark. You can handle that? You sure you want this position? Because a lot of us don't even want it ourselves. The ones of us who's been called to do it, we don't even want it. You sure? And so, nevertheless, Ten of Swords is the energy we're talking about here. But I feel like this might be kind of like a proofing to your next level, Scorpio. That's what it feels like. It really does. So hold on, Scorpio, a little while longer. We not done yet. Okay, we not done. Hold on. I have one last message for you. I am ready now, so I know that they are ready now too. I am irresistible now and always. After this, they think you shining now. Wait till you get done with this process. They gonna have to put on shades to look at you, Scorpio. I hope they're ready. They're not even going to be able to resist you. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. Oh, I love this one. Yeah. What they also don't know is that you don't operate from your own authority, like you are on assignment. This needs to be done. I am my ancestors' wildest dream. This is. I hear Spirit saying, you are the reparation. That's old. I have to just sit there on that one. Not a lot of people are going to get that, because if they did, then they would act differently. I don't know what this is about, but a lot of times when I have energies like this, it's like it automatically makes me think of, someone sitting somewhere and they're like, okay, this one right here, I'm sure they're going to pass it with flying colors, right? You have been chosen to go through this because you can be trusted. Justice. You can be trusted. Sometimes we're chosen to carry or to bring karma, right? Sometimes we are the vessel. Sometimes it has nothing to do with us. We've been chosen to be the vessel to bring karma. It's just that. And after it's all said and done, we get to go on about our way. We have leveled up, and it hasn't stopped anything. It's just made us better, sharper, more keen, more open. Yeah. And so I'm not saying it's easy, because nothing about this energy feels easy to me or looks easy. But there's some purpose around this, okay? And you're going to be all right, Scorpio. I promise, okay? That's what I have for you. This was deep. This was deep. So there's some advice, and it's coming through as valid criticism. You don't even have to argue it, I hear Spirit saying, because it's not even really about you. The fact that people go to sleep with you on their mind, it's not even about you. I always say that. It's like one of the best things that I have come to understand is that people will love you. They will love you. And then the next minute, they will not like you at all. They will hate you, right? And none of it has anything to do with you. It's all about them. That's what this feels like to me. So that energy of a disaster, that natural disaster I was feeling, maybe spiritual. People maybe being uprooted so that they could be replanted. And I don't know if you're being used as a tool in this process, but be careful and, choose wisely what you say, how you move, because you are trusted to carry out this process and to do what is good for all is what I'm hearing. For a lot of people in the situation, there's a lots of loss that will take place as a result. That's why you're being guided to move cautiously. Okay. Whatever that means, because you are on a different path than many that are involved in this energy around you. That's what I have, Scorpio. That's deep. Let me know if it resonates. I know I went in, but I'm just, expressing what I'm hearing and feeling. So that's what came out. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Hold on, Scorpio, a little while longer. It's going to pay off, okay? Blood Moon Oracle is the channel. Leticia is my name. Let me know if it resonates by liking, sharing, commenting, and we will talk to you all next time. Pray on, little while longer.
Round and round the energy flows. What I water always grows. Every ending opens doors. I am calling something more. Spiral of manifestations, turning dreams to revelations. Every thought becomes creation. I align with elevation. Golden vision, sacred fire, pulling me a little higher. Universe in conversation inside this spiral of manifestation.